It looks like Hollywood's most surprising couple might be hitting some serious turbulence. Kylie Jenner is reportedly heartbroken and furious after her boyfriend, Timothée Chalamet, did a Vogue interview where he flat out refused to talk about her. And in true Timothée fashion, he didn't just dodge the question, he made it sound deep, mysterious, and painfully distant. This comes as Timothée is gearing up for the press tour of his highly anticipated film Marty Supreme, set to drop this December. The actor, known for his poetic charm and careful privacy, has always been selective about what he shares publicly. But fans say this time, his silence spoke volumes. During the Vogue interview, when asked about his high-profile relationship with Kylie Jenner, Timothée responded with just 6 simple words. "I have nothing to say." No hesitation, no nerves, just a confident, cold wall of quiet. He even added, "I don't say that with any fear. I just don't have anything to say." And that's where things get complicated. Because for Kylie, who has spent years living under the world's brightest spotlight, this wasn't just a line. It felt like a rejection, especially from someone she thought she was finally stepping into the public eye with. Insiders close to the reality star say Kylie truly believed the two were ready to go public, that their secretive days were behind them, and that Timothée would finally acknowledge her. Especially in a Vogue interview, the same publication where she and her famous circle, including Hailey Bieber, have frequently appeared. But instead, she was left blindsided, embarrassed, and reportedly raging behind the scenes. According to a source, Kylie thought the Vogue feature would be the moment they took that next step. A subtle but meaningful acknowledgement that this relationship was real and strong. Instead, she watched as the man she's been supporting quietly brushed off her existence. And let's be real. For Kylie Jenner, who's built an empire on controlling her image, this wasn't just emotional. It was public. It was personal. Friends say Kylie was shocked at how casually Timothée dismissed the topic, especially given how close they've become in recent months. She believed their romance had moved past the hush-hush phase, that it was finally something worth celebrating, not something to hide like a secret. Yet, while she's been traveling across the globe to support him, flying to Budapest while he was filming, attending events discreetly by his side, Timothée has rarely returned the favor. And that imbalance is starting to sting. Sources close to Kylie claim she's been the one putting in all the effort, calling, checking in, traveling, rearranging her schedule, only to feel like she's being met with distance. They've been struggling to sync their very different lifestyles. Timothée is focused on his art, his press commitments, and building credibility in Hollywood's elite circle. Kylie, on the other hand, lives in the fast-moving world of fame, fashion, and public attention. That difference, insiders say, is what's been quietly eroding the bond between them. One insider reportedly told the Daily Mail, "It really strained things. Kylie's been the one reaching out, calling, visiting, but she's beginning to feel like she's putting in all the effort." And if you think this is just a celebrity rumor, there's more. Kylie literally flew to Budapest to see him during filming, and yet, people close to the situation say he rarely returns the favor. It's the classic case of one person chasing while the other keeps running. But while the internet is buzzing with sympathy for Kylie, not everyone's buying the love story. Some industry watchers believe Timothée's quiet avoidance might not just be about privacy, it might be about priorities. A viral comment circulating online claimed, "Kylie is very naive to believe this is a real relationship. Timothée is trying to build his career, and she's just a distraction when convenient for him. He can take it or leave it. He doesn't cherish her." Harsh words, but for fans who remember Timothée's previous relationship with Lily Rose Depp, it raises valid questions. Because during that romance, he wasn't shy about affection. Paparazzi photos of the two kissing on a yacht in Italy went viral for a reason. The chemistry was real, the passion was public, and the intimacy wasn't hidden. So why the sudden change now? Some say it's because Timothée wants to be seen as serious, as the artist, not the celebrity boyfriend. His career is at a crucial turning point. Between Dune, Wonka, and his next film, he's building the image of a thoughtful, introspective star, the kind who doesn't get lost in Hollywood's chaos. And to him, perhaps public romance just doesn't fit the narrative. But for Kylie, who's used to sharing her relationships, her milestones, her brand, and her entire life with her fans. That kind of silence feels like rejection. She reportedly feels embarrassed that she was so open with her friends about being in a good place, only to watch him deny even having something to say about her. Sources close to Kylie told People magazine that she's shocked and heartbroken, but trying to hold it together publicly. She's raging, shocked, and heartbroken at the same time, one insider shared. But as usual, she's putting on a brave face, posting happy snaps, and pretending everything's fine. And fans have noticed. Lately, Kylie's social media has been a mix of glamorous photos, confident poses, and captions about peace and self-love. But eagle-eyed followers say the posts feel a little too curated, like she's overcompensating for what's happening behind the scenes. One source claimed that even her family, particularly Kim and Chris, have noticed her mood shifts. She's been quieter, more reflective, and less excited about appearances. But it wasn't just the Vogue interview that made headlines. It was Kylie's reaction afterward. Days after Timothée's comments went viral, Kylie showed up at her mom, Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party, hosted at Jeff Bezos' mansion, and instantly became the talk of the night. Not because of her outfit, not because of her entrance, but because she flipped off the cameras. That's right. As paparazzi captured her arriving, Kylie threw up her middle finger, smirking as flashbulbs went off. Some called it playful sass. Others thought it was her way of venting frustration. But to the public, it looked like the world's youngest billionaire was done playing nice. Now, to be fair, Kylie has always had a rebellious side. But this time, the gesture seemed loaded. A little bit of "don't ask me about Timothée," a little bit of "I'm unbothered," and maybe, deep down, a little bit of heartbreak. And it wasn't just a private event. The guest list was filled with icons. Oprah Winfrey, Adele, Mariah Carey, Tyler Perry, even Snoop Dogg. And yet Kylie managed to steal every headline with that one motion. TMZ immediately ran multiple stories about her arrival, sparking rumors that Kylie's team may have even wanted the attention. One viral comment joked, "She flipped the photographer the bird and then paid TMZ to post about it." Now, whether that's true or not, the optics are undeniable. Kylie knows how to command a narrative, even when she's in pain. And while she was putting on that tough exterior at the party, those close to her say she's been anything but unbothered behind closed doors. Kylie reportedly feels she's been pouring energy into a relationship that might not be giving her the same love back. The distance, both emotional and physical, has taken its toll. Yet, even amid the hurt, sources say Kylie isn't ready to walk away, at least not yet. Because for her, Timothée represents something different. He's not a rapper, not a typical Hollywood influencer. He's quiet, intelligent, respected in the acting world. The kind of man who, in Kylie's eyes, could have brought her a new type of credibility, a new chapter outside the Kardashian brand. But that dream seems to be fading fast. One insider summed it up bluntly. Timothée doesn't make relationships part of his spotlight. Kylie's entire world is the spotlight. They're living in two different realities. And maybe that's the heart of the issue. Timothée's idea of romance might be candlelit dinners in private villas, quiet Sundays away from the cameras, and deep conversations about art and purpose. Kylie's version is sharing sweet moments with her 400 million followers, capturing memories, showing love, and being seen. When those two worlds collide, privacy versus publicity, someone always ends up hurt. Still, let's not forget, Timothée did open up slightly during that Vogue interview about his future. When asked about fatherhood, he admitted that having kids could be on the radar, and that he believes procreation is the reason we're here. Which, in theory, should be music to Kylie's ears. She's openly expressed wanting more children and raising a family of her own. But fans quickly pointed out how odd it was that he could talk about children in general terms, just not about her. The contrast was glaring. He could speak about life, legacy, creation, but the moment Kylie's name came up, he drew the line. For someone who's built a career on vulnerability and emotion, that silence hit harder than any words. And maybe for Kylie, it wasn't about what he said. It was about what he didn't. That lack of acknowledgement told her everything she didn't want to hear. That maybe, in his world, their relationship isn't as serious as she thought. Social media, quickly erupted with opinions. Fans split into two camps, those defending Timothée's right to privacy and those calling him out for being dismissive. One fan tweeted, "You can respect your privacy without acting like she doesn't exist. A simple 'she's great' would have gone a long way." Another added, "Kylie deserves someone who's proud to talk about her, not someone who hides behind mystery." Meanwhile, Timothée's supporters argue that he's just protecting something meaningful from media chaos, saying he's seen too many celebrity couples crumble under public scrutiny. And maybe they're both right. Maybe Timothée's silence isn't rejection, it's protection. But in the world Kylie comes from, where everything is content and every emotion becomes a headline, that kind of silence feels cold. And it's left her wondering if their love can survive in two completely different universes. Still, Kylie isn't backing down quietly. She's showing up to events, looking stunning, posting radiant selfies, and trying to remind the world, and maybe herself, that she's fine. But those who know her best say she's trying to stay strong, even as doubts creep in. The once fiery connection that started with late-night meetups and private dinners now feels overshadowed by distance, public perception, and heartbreak. And while Kylie might be putting on her bravest smile for the cameras, behind that glossed lip and perfect pose, there's a storm brewing. One that might just reshape how she handles love, privacy, and her own image in the public eye. Because when the world's watching, silence can speak louder than words. As the whispers around Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet continue to swirl, one thing's for sure: both stars have mastered the art of keeping fans guessing. After months of sightings, quiet red carpet glances, and those rare moments caught on camera, the internet can't seem to decide whether this romance is Hollywood's most unlikely success story or just another high-profile flame flickering out. But behind the glamorous appearances and the viral memes lies a deeper truth about how both Kylie and Timothée handle fame, and how that might be shaping the future of their relationship. Let's face it, Kylie was raised in front of the cameras. For her, privacy is almost a luxury she's never really had. From keeping up with the Kardashians to her billion-dollar brand, everything she does becomes headline material. And Timothée? He's always been the mysterious artist, the one who'd rather talk about his next film than his love life. That clash between publicity and privacy might just be the biggest challenge they've faced so far. Sources close to the couple say Kylie admires Timothée's grounded nature, but sometimes it frustrates her too. He's not one for oversharing, and while Kylie understands that, she's used to letting her followers in on everything. Her outfits, her skincare routines, even her emotional highs and lows. For someone like Timothée, that level of transparency can be overwhelming. And while fans are quick to assume their romance is fading, others believe this phase is actually a sign that they're growing, trying to find a balance between their two worlds. One insider reportedly mentioned that Kylie has been making a conscious effort to pull back from the constant spotlight, choosing moments that feel more authentic. Meanwhile, Timothée, who once kept his dating life practically invisible, seems to have softened up a little. The fact that he's even showing up with Kylie at big events? That's already a big shift for him. But Hollywood isn't an easy place for love to thrive. Every look, every pause, every missed public appearance gets dissected by millions of eyes online. Fans have been especially vocal about the pressure Kylie might be feeling. After all, being a Jenner means constantly being compared to her sisters, her past relationships, even her business choices. And now, her connection with an Oscar-nominated actor adds another layer of scrutiny she didn't entirely ask for. Still, there's something undeniably magnetic about their dynamic. Kylie, the confident mogul who built an empire from a single lip kit, and Timothée, the sensitive artist who rose to fame by being the opposite of Hollywood's loud personalities. Together, they represent two sides of modern celebrity, one shaped by social media dominance, the other by artistic credibility. And maybe that's what keeps people watching. It's not just about whether they'll last, it's about what their relationship means. It's the merging of two very different cultures: influencer fame and actor prestige. In many ways, they're redefining what a modern Hollywood couple looks like. In a world where attention is the new currency, maybe this couple's greatest power is their unpredictability. The less they share, the more people talk. The quieter they become, the louder the speculation grows. And perhaps that's exactly the way they want it. After all, not every love story in Hollywood has to play out on Instagram. As the months roll on, we'll no doubt see more clues. Maybe a red carpet appearance here, a quiet dinner there. Tiny snapshots of a relationship that continues to challenge expectations. Whether they're still together or simply friends who share mutual respect, one thing's undeniable. The fascination around Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet isn't dying down anytime soon. Their story might not fit the Hollywood mold, but maybe that's the point. In a sea of celebrity headlines, they've created something different. A love that's not defined by hashtags or headlines, but by two people daring to be a little more human in a world that demands perfection.